Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. I just came from my work shift, so I am in my work clothes because I'm at my campus right now recording, because I was like, I did get Starbucks for myself, but I was just like, you know what? Like, what is it? I'm just very like, I always have to be on the go. And I was just like, you know what? I really want to push out content when it comes to like my YouTube channel and just, build my platform. And I really love to just post when it comes to like the Love is Blind season. So it's like, to me, like Love is Blind is like a special holiday for me. Like Love is Blind was my Christmas. And honestly, I was like, since I'm on campus all this time and I'm just sitting here doing nothing, I mean, yeah, I do have homework, but that homework due later. Like that homework due. And I done had midterms already. I done had quizzes. My midterm season is so sketchy. Like, oh my God, but school has been killing me. I was like, why not take a break and work on my YouTube channel? And today I want to be talking about this Love is Blind reunion, because Ramses, what the fuck? Ramses, what the F? You literally dropped Marissa dead like a fly and you were like, fuck you, Marissa. Ramses literally said, fuck you, Marissa, this whole season. Like, what was that? I just want to really start with like Marissa and Ramses first, simply because of the fact that like I just have a lot to say. I honestly just don't really like how dismissive Ramses is towards Marissa. It's like Ramses does not see Marissa's worth, and I'm so sorry for Marissa, because I feel like that Marissa is kind of like a person when it comes to me, when it comes to dating. It's like, I just feel like that, like, the dating world is so bad. And like, Ramses was just a prime example of that. And I don't know how to put it, but I'm just like, Ramses had like no empathy for Marissa. I mean, when Ramses was explaining like his relationship on stage with Marissa, and then the fact that Marissa even tried to give you a second chance at love, and it was just like a hard no for you. It just shows that you were on this show for clout and that you just simply don't like her, and you wasted her time. And thank God Marissa's mom came bullets for you, because she really clocked your ass, Ramses. She really clocked you, and she really was like, yeah, like, you ruined my daughter's experience. And honestly, if I was Marissa's mom right now, I do not know what words I would have to say. I'm just like, Marissa and Ramses's relationship on Love is Blind was like one of the worst relationships I've seen on Love is Blind ever. Like, for Ramses to just do such a thing to Marissa like this, I'm just like, it's diabolical, because again, like, you wasted her time. And I just feel like that I'm putting Marissa in, like, I'm putting my shoes in Marissa's place. I'm just like, yo, like, this is kind of insane. And like, Ramses just reminds me of like guys from my high school who literally would act like this. Like, there would be mad people in relationships in my high school, whatever, like that. And it was like, I mean, not mad people, but like I'll hear about relationships, and it's like this, like, guys, just like Ramses is a child. Like, I don't think Ramses has any emotional intelligence. I mean, Ramses kind of did try to take accountability out on the stage, but he was just still dismissive toward Marissa, because then Marissa was like, and like, I didn't have a say on what to do, because it was like, you were literally stuck on like not wanting to date me anymore. Like, Marissa had no say. Like, Marissa is 100% right about herself. Like, Marissa had no say when it came to like her relationship. Also, sorry, that's like, there's background noise, but like, Marissa literally is like, she's broken, because she, like, when it came to like the final decision between her and Ramses, Marissa couldn't control anything. Ramses was in power, because Ramses is just, he's just like he just flip-flops. Like, he doesn't know what he wants in a relationship, or he's on the show for clout. So I think that like Ramses didn't know what he wanted when it came to a show like Love is Blind, he was deciding like, should I get married and become famous, or should I not get married and still become famous? And honestly, I think Ramses chose like just become famous and not marry. And I think Ramses just, but I'm also just like, Ramses did go through a divorce. So I'm just like, Ramses, like, what made you not see into Marissa? So like, I could understand like why I do have a little bit of sympathy for Ramses, because he did go through a divorce. But I'm just like, I can't tell if like Ramses really did this show for clout, or like he really was trying to like play it safe and be like, yeah, Marissa's not the one for me when it comes to like having sex and stuff like that. So I'm just like, I don't really know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say about this. Like, I just feel like that Ramses just didn't know what he wanted, or like he was just super stressed that he had to just leave Marissa. And like Marissa, I kind of feel sorry for her, because I'm just like, damn. But I'm just like, Ramses, like, if you were feeling a slight doubt early on, you could have told Marissa this early on. But then also, when I was watching Jesse Wu's podcast, there's a lawyer saying that like sometimes producers can control when you can reject a person, or when you could say no to a person at the altar. So I'm just like, was Ramses' only best chance to like tell Marissa no right before wedding day? I'm thinking like that might be the case. But I'm just like, wow, like for Marissa to really be so hopeful of Ramses, I'm just like, Marissa, like, were you not seeing the red flags? Like, were you not seeing the red flags? Because I'm just like, if it was me and like I'm talking to my husband about how I was in the military, and he would even say thank you for my service, or like when I tell my husband like about like my life, like what I did being in the military, how I got free college tuition, or like I'm telling my husband about my needs, I'm going through PMS, so I don't want to go on birth control. It's just like a man should always let a woman choose what she wants for their relationship for the sake of her health. And Ramses was not doing that. I think Ramses just had no care for Marissa. I think Ramses and Tim are like the same guy. Ramses literally was just like, yeah, it's my way or the highway. Like, that's how Ramses was. Like, he was just like, it's my way or the highway. Like, Ramses was giving Virgo energy, and I really just did not like that. So I was just like I really don't understand like what was going on. Like, I was just like, I'm like, Marissa, like, were you not catching on to like the way how like Ramses was like playing in your face when like you were mentioning how sick you were and stuff like that, and like you were like going through PMS and stuff like that, and then Ramses is just like, okay, and it's basically like how the way how Ramses's tone came across on the TV screen to me was just like, okay, yeah, like I really don't give a fuck about you, like, okay, and I don't care about you. But I'm just like, Ramses, if you have been divorced before, why would you shoot your shot to go on a reality show and and then reject a woman? At least make it to the altar and like try to, and like you didn't even try to date Marissa. Like, you didn't even give Marissa a chance. You didn't even try to date her afterwards. Like, at least date her after the show and then see how it is, and then like see where this brings you guys to, and see if she really is the one. Like, at least maybe wait a year to see if she really was the one for you. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, I could understand like you don't want to go through a second divorce, but I'm just like, you could have at least dated Marissa for a year to see if she really was the one for you, instead of just like playing in her face and then like just giving her a hard no, being like, yeah, like I don't want to date you anymore. Like, it was just kind of just like, you were just kind of like dropping her. Like, you literally just dropped her. Like, you just had no care in the world for it. I'm just like, I feel super, super bad for her. That the fact that like she just has to go through that. I'm just like, what in the world? Like, what in the world is happening right now? What in the world is really happening? I'm just like, I just can't believe this. I can't believe this right now. And honestly, I just think that like Marissa kind of knew the red flags and maybe she was trying to play along with this too. I don't know, but I'm gonna be moving on to Nick and Hannah. Honestly, for what I have to say about Nick and Hannah, so I have a lot to say about Nick and Hannah. Nick and Hannah were not a perfect, compatible couple for each other. Nick and Hannah both did not deserve to go on the show. Nick and Hannah both did not go on the show for the right reasons. And Nick and Hannah are both financially irresponsible. And Nick and Hannah are both hypocritical towards each other. Let's start with like Nick and Hannah talking back and forth to each other at the reunion. Then you have Marissa standing 10 toes down behind Hannah's bad energy and Hannah's toxicness, basically. I'm just like, Marissa, you really want a friend like Hannah? Like, Marissa, you are such a wholehearted person, Marissa. Like, you are like, Marissa, you do not deserve like, Marissa, you are too good to have Hannah as a friend, Marissa. Like, I'm telling you this right now. Like, I'm telling you this out of love. And just for basically, like, what kind of triggered me about this reunion was like, basically, so Hannah went into Nick's journal and saw that like one of Nick's goals was to become the most famous person on Love is Blind. I'm just like, Hannah, be so for real, because what were you expecting? Were you expecting that people were not gonna kind of go on? Like, and Hannah, you are so hypocritical, Hannah, because literally like you quit your job for the show. So you also wanted to become the most famous person on Love is Blind as well. You cannot use it against Nick, because you literally broke this relationship off with Nick. And then literally like Nick was trying to work with you. And okay, yeah, Nick might have written that goal on his journal to be the most famous person in Love is Blind, and the show was for marriage. Come on now, Hannah, did you not see season 1 where people were even married couples, Lauren and Cameron, were getting literally brand deals? Like, did you really not see the past seasons that were getting brand deals? Season 2, I mean, come on now, like people were making 6 figures more after the show. People were literally making $500,000 because of this show. Like, people were making $500,000 because of this whole show. Like, what I'm not understanding what's going on. I'm really not understanding like what's going on, because I'm just like, in my theory, it's just like, okay, yeah, like the show is for love, but if Nick wanted to be the most famous person in Love is Blind, let him be. Why can't he be the most famous? Like, why can't he have that as a goal? I mean, be so for it, because I'm just like, if you're going on a show like Love is Blind, if you're going on a TV show like Love is Blind, like literally, like, you might have a goal to become famous. Like, you might have, like, people have a goal of, when they go on certain reality shows, people will set a goal for themselves of how many followers they want to have coming out of the show. I mean, it's like, when you're on some sort of television, like, you are going to kind of expect, even maybe like 5,000 followers as well. Like, a lot of people in general and it's like, it's TV in anyways. Did you, like, Hannah, what were you expecting? My thing is just like, I'm not faulting Nick at this for all, even though Trevor had a whole girlfriend on the show, simply because of the fact that like a lot of people have gained a big following from this show. So it's like, why would it be stupid for Nick to have a goal like that? And you have Marissa chiming in with Hannah being like, well, maybe, I think that Nick, it showed that like you were not on the show for the right reasons then. I'm just like, I think Nick was still on the show for the right reason, because even when Hannah was talking all this mess to him, Nick was still sitting beside Hannah. And another thing, we were also hearing that like Nick was going around behind people's back and like saying that Hannah was like a slander, or like Hannah was like not attractive, basically. My theory, and I said this on my TikTok, my theory is literally that like this is a show where the person on the other side of the wall may not be attractive. So it's just like, it's okay. It's literally okay to tell your friends like, yeah, like this person's not attractive to me. Maybe he might have said it in a rude way, but Hannah, let's be so for real. You were rude too. And I'm just like, Marissa, then why are you friends with Hannah if she's just that mean? Like, if she's just that mean of a friend, Like, I just don't understand it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like Nick was rude too, but I'm just like, come on now, let's just give each other like equal treatment. It's just like, Marissa, you should be at least going on hard as Hannah, as much as you're going hard on Nick. Because okay, yeah, like maybe Nick did get a good edit, but at the end of the day, Hannah, you were also abruptly rude towards Nick as well for no reason. And then for like you to just like go on his back so much because he still lived with his parents and stuff like that. I mean, okay, like yeah, like that's also a red flag. But I'm just like, at the end of the day, Hannah, you have student loans, so it's just like, I don't think you're really financially, like if you were really financially literate, you would have actually taken the time and been like, you know what, I really, like, I'm like, for example, me, I'm not about to claim that like, oh, I'm financially literate when I have student loans. It's just like, Hannah, you are not financially responsible, because it's just like, you literally have student loans. I'm like, okay, like yeah, like you live on your own and you're independent, you have your own place. But I'm just like, Nick is also financially literate in a way as well, because he is saving up money to buy a house, and a year later, look where he is at now. He has a whole house. So it's just like, at the end of the day, you both just like, at the end of the day, this is all Hannah's fault. Just because simply of how the way you acted, Hannah, like you were literally rude, and then your excuse is, I'm just direct. No, Hannah, you are just a bitch, Hannah. Like, let's keep it a buck. It's just like, okay, Hannah, like you claim that like you are just so nice, you are just so direct and stuff like that. But it's just like, at the end of the day, like you were never just direct. You are just mean, and you need therapy. And it's just like, Hannah, you could have nicely trained Nick to be a better man, but instead you decided to be a bitch you could have nicely treated Nick to be a better man, but then you instead decided to treat Nick like he was a nobody. And it's just like, at the end of the day, Nick wins because he was trying to work with you. And I think that's probably why Nick had such a big ego behind the screen, because his confidence was lowered. Nick's confidence was lowered. Like Nick lost his confidence from you, because it's just like, Hannah, when you talk to Nick like that, just so down and just so crazy, you are ruining his confidence. Like you are literally ruining his self-esteem. And it's just, at the end of the day, it's just like, it's just very bad. And it's just very wrong of you to like do such a thing like that. It's kind of just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you saying? And I'm just like, Hannah, like, okay, like, is it like you just look at Nick like he's a nobody, like you just treat Nick like he's just lower. I'm just like, you guys, like, Hannah, Nick is just as good as you. Like, you're not less than him, you're not above him. And it's just okay, Hannah, like just because you're harsh on yourself does not mean you have to be harsh on other people. I'm also harsh on myself as a person as well, but I'm never the type of person to make people feel small, belittle people at all, make them feel less than themselves. Like that is just not the type of person that I like could be. Like I could never be a person where I'm always hard on myself, but then I have to be hard on other people. No, like I'ma still be nice to like I love doing that. And it's just like, Hannah, like you need to kind of treat Nick like he's up here with you. It's like, Nick, like Hannah, if you kind of worked nicely to be respectful to Nick, I think you would have been a better candidate for this show. Like you just never wanted to work with Nick. It was just always you always, and it's like, oh, like Nick, can you take out the trash? Like you ask Nick to take out the trash and stuff like that. It's just kind of just like, okay, like let him live a little. And also then at the end of the day, if you're so worried about the trash having to be taken out from time to time again, take out the trash your damn self, just like you clean yourself as well. Like if you if you don't want to get into fights about cleaning and like clean the apartment with Nick, then if you were so irritated about like, oh, like Nick doesn't do this, then at the end of the day, just do it. Then you do it if you're that upset. It's just like, Hannah, you are literally mothering Nick. And I'm just like, Hannah, I think that Hannah, if you literally have to mother Nick, then you're not ready for marriage. And at the end of the day, I feel like that Nick was still here for marriage. Even though he wrote that goal, it's okay. I feel like that a lot of people who go on Love Is Blind, their goal should be to be the most famous person on Love Is Blind. I mean, like, come on, Hannah, like, do better, Hannah. Next, who else I want to talk about? I already did Hannah and Nick. I already did Ramses and Marissa. Who else do I need to rant about? Oh, let's go on with... I'm trying to think. We're going to go on with Tim and Alex. Oh, child. Tim and Alex to me are just both a villain. I'm going to just say here's why. I'm going to just say my 2 cents for like these two, honestly, because I'm just like, I literally have a lot to like kind of like say about them. This reunion told me a lot about Tim and Alex for sure. Really, like, for sure. Like, with Tim is really getting on my nerves, because it's just like, Tim, for you to literally get stuck on Alexandra, also for you to still be a bird and stick around after Alex called you the B word, it's just diabolical to me. Because it's just like, Tim, if you really couldn't put up with her bullshit, why do you then decide to stick beside her? It's giving like you never stood on business, Tim. After she put her hand over your mouth, yes, I still think it's true, even though she says like it's not true. And also, even for you to just like hear her call you the B word and then you still stick around for her. But so that's like, okay, like, so you're sticking around for her and you're giving her a second chance. But then it's just like, once again, okay, she takes a nap, she tells your parents, and she takes a nap because she's tired. She's working multiple jobs. And like, I mean, she's tired. Like, come on now. She talked to your parents for 4 hours. I think she already has enough. I mean, I think she already did a lot when it came to like caring for your parents. I think she's done enough. And it's just like, for you to disregard that, and then for you to basically like say, I never want to see you again, and to distract her from her meal, it's just kind of just like, it's just crazy to me. I'm just like, you really do not have you really do not have any respect. It's just always you. And I feel that a lot of these people on this show this season are very, very spoiled. They're very, very spoiled to the point where it's like their way or the highway. Same with Hannah. And I think Jessie Wu said this. Hannah and Tim probably should have been together, because it's just like, Hannah wants her things her way. Tim wants his things his way. They both have a lot going on for themselves. They're both independent. They're both clean. They're both clean freaks. I mean, come on now. It should have probably been Hannah and Tim being together. Like, I mean, they're both clean freaks. They both are hard on themselves. I mean, they both cry a lot. I mean, they have both been through family trauma. Like Tim with like the sisters, and then Hannah with like her mom having to lock up the pantry because she like was too fat. And then Hannah like leaving her, getting cut off by her parents at the age of 18. That's a lot. Like, they both have been through a lot. They both have a lot of similarities. I think that the couples who have a lot of similarities are the couples that kind of belong with each other the better. Like, I think that what Love Is Blind needs to do better is couple up more people who have a lot of similarities. If those two people have the same similarities, couple them up. Don't couple up somebody, and I saw a TikTok about this. Do not couple up a guy who is on survival. Do not couple up a woman who's on survival mode, or do not couple up somebody who's on survival mode and somebody who is like a mama's boy, or somebody who's like a mama's girl. It's kind of just like, couple up people who are like either both independent or both dependent on their parents. So like, I just hit this to go like to say that like Tim and Alex, they were never for each other. Tim and Alex, I'm just like, Love Is Blind, like y'all really were putting them, like, Alex, you were really putting Tim on your top list. Like, you were really putting Tim on your top list. Like, I just cannot fathom that. I really can't fathom that. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is really going on right now? I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? And I'm just like, Tim, I'm honestly, I can't defend Alex or Tim, because Alex called Tim the B word. Like, you're calling your future fiance the B word, and you guys just first met. Also, Alex had like an attitude, Tim says. They were never for each other. Tim and Alex were toxic for each other, period. They were a toxic couple. But I'm just like, Tim, you were just really upset that Alex took one nap. I'm like, Tim, do you not have any consideration for Alex? Alex works like a dog. Do you not have any type of consideration for her? Like, you have like no type of consideration for her? Like, I just don't understand. I'm just like, at the end of the day, she was tired. She works a lot. I mean, come on now. Like, Alex bartends, and then Alex probably coming home at like 3 a.m. Okay, hell yeah, she gonna take a nap too during the day. She gonna take a nap. She's tired. Like, I literally know lots of people who were literally bartend, and they literally need to sleep all the time, because it's like, when you're a bartender, you literally are like, it's literally like your full-time income, because it's like bartenders make lots of money, and it's just like, at the end of the day, like, you literally need sleep, because you're working for hours and hours. I mean, in this economy where we have to do bartending to just survive and just to get by, it's just like, yes, like, we're gonna take naps. We're working too hard for this country. We're working too hard in this economy. We have to take naps. Like, I don't understand. And then my other thing is just like, Tim, why are you so pissed when she works multiple jobs? Like, Tim, do you have no consideration? I mean, if it was me, like, I would have some consideration. Like, oh yeah, like, my girl's like, my man, like, my girl's tired. Like, my girl's working like a dog. I'm just like, Tim, if you were so worried about her taking naps because she works a lot, could you then kind of like fully support her? Could you then be able to at least like support her? And then just like, Tim, for you to put on a whole act in front of Alex's parents, cry and like get Alex's dad's hand in marriage. Mind you, Alex's parents have MS, or I don't know I don't know what type of like disability that Alex's dad had, but I'm just like, you not know what this woman's family has been through. So it's just like, you also kind of hurt Alex's family as well, Tim. And it's like, Tim, you are just such a narcissist, because it's just like, you literally do not know what you did to Alex's family as well. I mean, like, okay, like, yes, Alex might have been a little bit rude when she had her hand in her pocket when she was seeing Tim's family, but I'm just like, at the end of the day, you had no sympathy for, and you know what, I'm team Alex. Like, you had no sympathy for Alex. I'm just like, Tim, did you not? I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, people are saying like, oh, like, he's taking a nap and like your parents are here, and like he's crying about his parents and stuff like that. I mean, like, no, like, Alex works a lot. Like, Alex works like a dog. So it's just like, of course, yes, Alex is gonna be frustrated when you just break up with her over a nap. And it's just like, okay, yeah, like, Alex called you the B word, and you guys got over that boundary. And I'm just like, Tim, for you to kind of ruin it again, for you to ruin it and be like, I never want to see you again over a nap, it's just like, and then also for you to say you're having doubts after you just saw Alex's parents and they were giving you your hand in marriage. Alex's dad gave you your hand in marriage. I think the person who should actually really be crying at this reunion, or the person who should be really upset at this reunion, is Alex. Alex should have had one harder on Tim. I'm just like, the way how Tim was just super dismissive towards Alex's family. Like, you literally were giving this girl her hand in marriage, and I'm just like, do you not understand? Like, this woman works like a dog. This woman literally bartends. Like, she needs her rest. She needs her beauty rest. Like, okay, like, yeah, like, it's your family, but at the end of the day, she talked to your parents for literally 4 to 5 hours. Like, I think that was enough time to chat. I think for me, I have ADHD. I can't even I can only take a nap for 30 minutes. I can only take a nap for 30 minutes. I can only have a conversation for 30 minutes. Like, I said I can only take a nap for 30 minutes. I meant to say I can only hold a conversation for 30 minutes. Like, literally, if if I took a 4 to 5 hour conversation with somebody, I would literally congratulate myself. Like, I would seriously congratulate myself, because I'm just like, that is a lot. Me, as someone with autism who literally cannot talk for like hours and hours and hours and hours straight, I'm just like, I am celebrating if I were to able to talk for 5 hours. And I feel like so bad for Alex. I'm just like, Alex has done enough for your family, and then you go here and you play an act in front of Alex's family. Who really is the villain? It has to be Tim. And then for Tim to also be crashing out on social media and be posting like all these shitty posts against Alex and stuff like that, I'm just like, there's just no way. Like, there's really no way. I'm just like, Tim, you didn't even apologize to Alex for at least. I'm just like, so do you really care about Alex? Like, do you really like this girl? Do you really like this woman? Like, maybe yes, okay, Alex doesn't have a bad attitude, but I'm just like, that's what marriage is for. Marriage is for working through things. All right, I'm back, and this time I'm at my home. I just had to like do something real quick, but I'm at home right now. And I'm gonna finish this video. I'm gonna finish off what I have to be saying. So anyways, back with the whole Tim and Alex situation. Like, I just say that like Tim was just very selfish towards Alex. Like, he didn't ever apologize to Alex of what he did to her. She didn't ever apologize to him for her calling her a B word and stuff like that. So I just think at the end of the day that they were just both never for each other, and that they both really hurt each other really bad. I think the beginning of this season, like, Alex was very much rude to Tim, and then halfway through the season, you know, Alex was trying to change, and Tim just thought that it was still not enough. So I think that sometimes maybe Tim don't even deserve a relationship at all. I think that Tim maybe needs to just be single for the rest of his life. Because it's just like, how are you going to work with women in the future if you constantly gotta like leave this woman on a marriage show because she took a nap? It's just like, I don't understand how you got through all your other relationships if you get upset at somebody just for taking a nap. Like, the math is just not mathing for me. And I just think that like Tim is just a really selfish man. Like, he only cares about his feelings. He doesn't have time for anybody else because he's a Virgo. Once I say this again, a lot of Virgos need to work on like caring for others too. Tim never has consideration for other people, and I get it, because as a Virgo, we are always focused on ourselves because we are trying to be the best. I think that also Tim has a lot going on in his life. Like, I mean, his 2 sisters had died, so I think Tim has already been through enough. So for him to go through a woman calling him the B word, to then like his parents having health issues, it's just kind of just like a lot of things just irritate Tim. Like, Tim don't be having time for like little mistakes that people be making. And so I think Tim expected a lot out of Alex because he connected with Alex on such a deep emotional level about like his family and also her family. And Tim just trauma dumps, and I mean, Virgos love to just trauma dump. So Tim was just trauma dumping, and so he was expecting that Alex would show up for him 100% after he trauma dumped her in the pod. So I think also like Alex kind of forgot how much Tim trauma dumped her, and then she kind of didn't, like, you know, once they got into the real world, it was just kind of really hard for them. That's the thing about this show. Once people get into the real world and they move into like their shared apartments, it's kind of just so hard to navigate like marriage, because it's just like, okay, you're figuring out finances, you're figuring out if this person is really for you, you're figuring out how this person communicates with you, you're actually working around someone's work schedule when it comes to like this experiment, and it comes to like intimacy. You're figuring out if this person really has time for you based on how many hours they work a week. You're figuring out where they, like, if they grew up with a lot of money, if they didn't grow up with a lot of money. So it's just kind of just like when you start to see like I think that people start to see the red flags in other people when they move into like shared apartments. And I think for Tim and Alex, as soon as like Tim started seeing like that Alex had an attitude, he kind of was just like, yeah, no, this is not the wife I could be with. Like, I think the reason why a lot of couples break up in like the part where like they're living in shared apartments it's simply because of the fact that like they see, I think that's also why Ramsey broke up with Marissa. They start to see like, oh, like, is this how my life is gonna be like if I marry this woman? And then they kind of just like back down and they're just like, I don't really know about this person anymore. And it's just like they either want to kind of like drag you on after the show, or they just kind of just want to like drop you and be like, you know what, like I'm done with you. So it's like, it's super hard to like commit to somebody in 4 weeks. Like this experiment is really hard when it comes to like committing to somebody in literally 4 weeks. Like literally you're finding the love of your life in legitimately 4 weeks. So it's just like, it's kind of really hard to like find that type of person, to find that type of human being that is just really for you. And sometimes it's just really hard to tell, like, is this person the one for me? And so with Tim and Alex, I think overall, Alex kind of wins, because it's just like, okay, Alex was just really tired. You know, Alex has also, I think Tim never took Alex's life into consideration as well. Tim didn't understand that also Alex is a hardworking woman as well, just like how he's a hardworking man. So I think at the end of the day, Tim was selfish in the relationship and Tim is a narcissist. And I think Tim just had no consideration for Alex. That's it. And yeah. All right, I'm literally finally back. I just had to like touch myself up. My hair was looking a little bit ghetto. I was looking a little bit crazy, so I'm back. And let's go on to Ashley and Tyler. Now, with Ashley and Tyler, I kind of have mixed feelings. Yes, it was kind of rude that they like disregarded the kids, but it's just like at the end of the day, if they're happy with their marriage, let them be happy. Like, let them be happy. Like, it's just like at the end of the day, if like they want to be happy with their marriage, let them be happy. Now, I feel like that I'm on both sides of this now, because with just all this tea coming out with Ashley and Tyler, and one thing I'm like, okay, Ashley really is a bird, and like Ashley and Tyler, they might just be a villain together maybe. And like Storytime with Ricky, I was watching her TikTok live. Guys, can you please follow Storytime with Ricky's TikTok? Anyways, with Ashley and Tyler, oh, also, that's what I was saying. Make sure you guys follow Storytime with Ricky's TikTok. She basically was saying how like on her live that like Ashley is going to be a villain since she went through with the marriage with Tyler. Now, I now think that Ashley is a villain because like with this whole kid situation, a lot of people are like, so now Ashley and Tyler are saying F them kids together. And with like the whole kid situation, I kind of feel a little bit bad because it's like, wow, like, you know, they were a part of Tyler's life, but I'm also a little skeptical because I'm just like, why am I not understanding everything? Like, why am I not understanding every bits and pieces to this marriage? And I think that I was on Storytime with Ricky's TikTok, or whatever like that, and she was speaking with like the grandmother of like the baby mama, but like there was a grandmother that was a part of like the 3 children. I think it was like the grandma's 3 children that was speaking on Storytime with Ricky's TikTok live, and she basically was saying that like, oh, like Storytime with Ricky, like, no, she was basically saying that like, yeah, Tyler lied about those kids on the show and that the baby mama was crying. I honestly think that the baby mama might be lying because the fact that like she verified herself on Instagram and she played for like the blue verification check, it kind of just shows that like, oh, like you were trying to like use this for clout. And honestly as well, I also was on like I also saw Jessie Woo's YouTube, and she does have a special guest, and she has like a surprise guest. And I don't know if this podcast might change my mind. It might change that like everyone is now rooting for Ashley and that everyone owes Ashley and Tyler an apology. I just think that maybe the guest might be Ashley. I think that like next podcast that Jessie Woo brings down, I believe that like it's going to be Ashley that's going to be on Jessie Woo's podcast. I have a feeling that like Ashley is going to really speak to Jessie Woo and try to be like, yeah, so this is what happened. I know a lot of people are like spreading so much hate towards Ashley and stuff like that. A lot of people are saying that Ashley is now a bird because she basically married Tyler and Tyler's also a deadbeat. People are also saying that like Ashley is a deadbeat. I honestly still believe in Ashley and Tyler's marriage. Simply because it's like if they're happy, then like why shouldn't I be happy with them? Like if they're happy, I need to be happy with them. And it's just like at the end of the day, if they want to be married, if Ashley wants to be married, I'm gonna let her be married. I'm not gonna sit here and act jealous and like argue with the internet and be like, oh yeah, Ashley is really a deadbeat. Like Ashley is delusional. Ashley is this. Ashley is that. If Ashley and Taylor are happy with like their marriage and stuff like that, I'm gonna be happy with them because at the end of the day, it's like they got married, guys. I'm just like, I don't understand how like a married couple could be a villain. I don't see how like a married happy black couple could be a villain. Like I don't really see Tyler as a villain because I'm just like, if Ashley and Tyler are married, there has to be missing parts of the story. Somebody is lying. Somebody besides Tyler and Ashley is lying. Somebody is not telling the truth. Somebody is being selfish, and it's just like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just like, so nobody is happy for Ashley and Tyler. And I know that like Ashley has a few fans that like are still happy for her. People like, you know, talking and stuff like that. Cause like this is a very controversial topic, but it's just like the majority of the internet is on Ashley's behind, like white on rice. So it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like that Ashley and Tyler win because Ashley and Tyler still got married, and it's there now. It's kind of up. The ball's in their court of like what they want to do with the kids and stuff like that. And I kind of do feel bad for Deshawn, and I don't know if I could really feel bad for the baby mama yet because I'm just like, she literally verified herself on Instagram, and then at the reunion, like, Vanessa and Lachey, though, they didn't really ask like questions for us to really know the full truth. For Ashley and Tyler to really explain themselves on national television, like Vanessa, I think they might have edited out a lot of stuff in this reunion because like when Vanessa and Lachey were asking Ashley and Tyler questions, they literally were not asking them enough questions. They were not asking them real questions like what's up, like what happened with the kids. And then even Storytime with Ricky was saying like, oh, how about you guys ask about like the matching pajamas? How about like you guys show pictures with like the kids involved as well? Like there was no kids in like the wedding pictures. So it just seemed like that like people were saying that like Tyler was gonna be evade the reunion. People were definitely right. The reunion, it was dramatic still, but like it could have been more dramatic. But like with Ashley and Tyler, I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I don't know anything. I really don't know anything. I'm just like, if they're going to just ask like a few questions and then kind of like sugarcoat them like that, we're not getting heat off the media about this whole situation. Because we want to know the tea. Like the viewers need to know like what is going on. So I'm just kind of confused with like, where is everything at? Like what is up? Like what is going to happen? Like who, like is Ashley and Tyler going to go on more podcasts? Is Ashley and Tyler going to explain more stuff on like the podcast and stuff like that? Like I need to know more. I need to watch more podcasts on Ashley and Tyler. Like what is going on with them? What is the tea with them? What is the gist between them to see like what is really going on? What is really going on with them? Am I missing something? Am I not like catching on to everything just yet? Like I need to see like the actual real tea of like what is going on between these two people, because I'm just like, Ashley and Tyler seem happy, but I'm just like, is Ashley and Tyler planning this together now? Is like Ashley sticking beside Tyler for the lie, or is Ashley sticking beside Tyler for the truth? And I'm just like, which one is right? Which, like, is Ashley doing this as a bad person, or is Ashley doing this as a good person? Because even like Ashley's TikTok, they're just like, oh, like, you know, I'm just ghosting and posting, you know. And then Ashley is like, oh, like sometimes the silence is the truth. So it's like now people are mad at Ashley because people are trying to see like, Ashley, like what is up? What is up with Tyler and the 3 kids and stuff like that, you know? And, you know, Ashley wants to give down like really like the tea, because I'm just like, even if Ashley does still do an explanation of like what is happening with this whole situation with like the 3 kids, the court documents, the evictions, the child support, the grandmother, the baby mama who might be lying because she verified herself on Instagram, and then with like the with Deshaun, I'm just like, there's so many people involved, and I'm just like, even if Ashley does an explanation on this, I'm not gonna understand nothing. So what I can do is just be happy with Ashley and Tyler if they're happy. If Ashley and Tyler are happy, then all what we could do is we could just be happy with them, because at the end of the day, like, when next season comes, like, nobody is going to give on whether or not, like, Ashley's still married to Tyler. If Ashley and Tyler are happy on TV, that is what I'm gonna believe. 'Cause I'm just like, then somebody else has to be lying besides Tyler. Like, I think Tyler maybe have lied. Like, Tyler did lie. Like, I'm just gonna say that. But I'm also just like, Tyler can't be that bad. I'm just like, if Ashley is still sticking beside Tyler, there has to be something that we do not know about Tyler. Cause I'm just like, why do I feel that I'm like one of the only people that, well, only few people that are like, that is like defending Ashley and Tyler a little bit. But I'm like, also just like, I'm confused about this, about like the kids and stuff like that. I'm just like, if Ashley and Tyler are happy, like, then can we just be happy with them? Because I even said this on my threads. Imagine if you find a love of your life, they tell you everything off camera, and then they say some stuff on camera, but then Netflix kind of edits them in a bad way. So it's Netflix the real villain, but basically the cameras edit them in like a bad way. And I saw someone saying, like, asking, like, if I saw another YouTuber comment this as well, like, is Netflix a bad edit? But it's just like, if let's say like you find a love of your life and like you get married to a stranger on Love is Blind, basically, and then like you spend a time with them for a year, you know what's going on in like you and his is like when it comes to like those 3 kids. And so, like, you still are accepting that man as, like, your husband, and you're, like, fine with that as, like, who your husband is, because he literally still buys you coffee every day. Like what Ashley says, he literally jumped off a plane for you. So this guy will sacrifice for you. But, like, and also a man who sacrifices for you is a real guy. A man who doesn't sacrifice for you is not a real guy. But anyways, this man literally sacrificed for Ashley. So it's just, like, you find the love of your life on Love is Blind, then you're getting mad hate on the internet because of your marriage. So basically, you say yes at the altar. Your husband says yes at the altar. You get married on Love is Blind, but you're getting hit. You're getting so much hate because of it. And I'm just like, I've never seen a couple that has gotten a married couple that has gotten so much hate on Love is Blind besides Milton and Lydia. And I'm just like, and maybe Chelsea and Kwame. And I'm just like, okay, if we're spreading so much hate on a married couple, can we please spread more hate today than as a married couple as on Lydia and Milton? Colleen and what is her name? Brett, I believe that's what's his name. I remember, if you guys watched season 3, remember Colleen? Where like she was getting married, and like I think her, like, the guy kept like the ballerina dancer and the guy, and like the guy almost like kind of like was about to like leave the show, and like he was packing his bags out of the hotel or something like that, and like they were getting upset, something like that, and they still got married. I didn't see enough hate on them. Like, I didn't see enough hate on them at all. So I'm just like, if we really are gonna spread hate on a married couple, can we please spread more hate on the other married couples that kind of seem fake on this show? Because there have been some other couples that I've seen get married. I'm just like, I don't really know about them except for season 2. But like, there has been some people who have gotten married on this show, besides Amy and Tiffany and Lauren and Cameron, where I've seen on the show, where can we also then spread hate on like the Amber and the Barnett, then for like Amber kind of just like almost divorcing Barnett, or like, you know, like, because there have been some couples where it's just like I've seen get married, and I'm just like, is it really true love though? Are they doing this for the plot of the show? So I don't know. I really do not know about Ashley and Tyler. I'm kind of confused on like why there's like still so much hate on Ashley and Tyler if they're literally still married at the reunion. But unless something changed on the podcast, then maybe I could believe otherwise. Next, I have my thoughts on who else? I did Ashley and Tyler, Alex and Tim, Hannah and Nick, Ramses and Marissa. That's 4. Leo and Britt, I think I have a feeling Leo and Britt and Taylor and Garrett, I don't have too much to say on them, so I'm gonna be just like really short. But like Leo and Brittany, I guess they're on good terms. I mean, I guess they're friends. I mean, I think Leo and Brittany did not need to come to the reunion, because I'm just like, I didn't really see anything interesting. I mean, I really do love Brittany. Like, Brittany is really pretty. Britt is super pretty. I think Britt may be on Perfect Match season 3, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing Brittany on Perfect Match season 3. Like, congrats to her. I mean, congrats. I hope Brittany gets on another show. Like, Brittany and Leo need to do another spinoff, but like Leo, like, I mean, I think Leo now has, like, we thought that Leo would be the biggest villain. No, it turns out that like the biggest villains of this season is like Ashley and Tyler and Ramses. Like, oh, I forgot, Stefan and Monica. Let's go on to Stefan and Monica. My whole thing on Stefan and Monica is just simply because of the fact that, like, I don't know, when I watch Stefan and Monica, I'm kind of just like gog. I'm just like, what just happened? Like, what, like, with the whole text messages, like, I feel like that Stefan and Monica, like, there was so many threads saying that, like, Stefan low-key kind of ate because, like, he was, like, saying that, like, oh, like, it was a situation that I did at the time. And then he said, like, oh, I felt that I have apologized enough. And, like, with the whole Venmo situation, to me, I don't know why I completely forgot about Stefan and Monica. But, like, with Stefan and Monica, I think that they were just both that bad for each other. And then even you have Vanessa Lachey ask, like, Monica, like, hey, so in the beginning of the pods, Stefan was literally saying that, like, he has been a cheater in the past. Like, he has been a cheater in the past. Like, he has a he holds a title of cheating. And then Monica was like, no, I see why I would have still forgave him. I never saw this coming. I'm just like, girl, did you see this coming? And you were trying to play along for the show as well. Like, I don't really know, but basically Monica was saying, like, she never saw this coming. And I mean, I kind of don't blame Monica for giving Stefan a second chance. But, like, for Stefan to, like, quit his, because I even heard that, like, Stefan quit his job to be on this show. And then, like, for him to not even get a big following, it's just like, wow. But I'm just like, that whole situation, I'm just like, how did I forget about that? Like, to me, that whole situation, that whole scene with him and Monica, I was like, that was just super, to me, that was super pointless. Like, and then the way how Stefan dressed, I was just like, I didn't really like it. Like, I was just like, come on now, like, we gotta do better. Like, I just didn't really like it. I was just like, what is going on? Like, what is going on with him? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, what are we seriously doing? Like, I just didn't see, like, how he really was, like. And then for Monica to just, it was just like, they were just going back and forth, and I didn't understand what was going on. But, like, just with the whole thing, I'm just like, I think also the fact that, like, Stefan didn't even have a password on his phone, it says a lot. It's like, Stefan, you wanted to be caught. Because I'm just like, first things first, like, get a phone password. Like, at least get a phone password. Like, get an iPhone password, at least. You could at least get an iPhone password, and then, like, for you to leave your phone out while you were going to the bathroom, it just was like you wanted to be caught. I don't care. People could argue with me that, like, oh, like, Monica was going through his phone. No, like, Stefan kind of wanted to be caught. He left his phone out for Monica to see the text messages. Literally, like, legitimately, like, he left his phone on purpose for Monica to literally, like, he wanted to be caught. And I think he wanted to be out of the situation, which is why I go to say that, like, Stefan came on this show for clout. Stefan came on this show for TV, for the Instagram followers. And the fact that you only got, like, 20-something followers out of the show is embarrassing. But I'm just like, are you kidding me? For you to literally, like, waste her time on this show, like, she even called her father, and her father was like, oh, make sure he's not a liar. Guess what? Her father was right. But I mean, good for Monica now. Like, she has a new guy. Like, she's in a new relationship. I'm happy for her. Like, she's in a new relationship. So I think Stefan and Monica, they have healed. But I'm just like, it was just kind of really narcissist. It was just kind of really a narcissist. It was just kind of really, like, a dismissive way for, like, Stefan to be like, oh, I've done enough. And then Stefan was like, I even wrote a letter to, like, your grandfather. And then Monica was just like, I knew you would say this to, like, kind of just, like, I'm just like, for what though? Like, why are you kind of upset at Steven for? That's where I really kind of was like side-eyeing Monica, because I'm just like, why are you upset at Steven for saying that like he wrote a letter to like your grandfather, and then after Steven was like, how more do you want me to apologize and stuff like that? Man, if you do something and you wasted a woman's time like that, I would always be apologizing. Like, I would always be apologizing, man. Like, I'm super sorry for what I did. Every single time I get to see Monica, I'm gonna apologize every single time. Like, hey, yeah, I'm sorry for what I did. But I'm just like, yeah, like, I mean, why can't Stefan say at the reunion that like he wrote a letter to his grandfather? Like, why can't he say that? Because he did that. Like, and he's acknowledging that like for himself, like, oh, I wrote a letter to, I mean, not your grandfather, I wrote a letter to your father. It's just like, I mean, if he wants to say that, why can't Stefan say that? And it's just kind of just like, was Monica too hard on like Steven for whatever reason? Like, was she like, did she make Steven cheat on her emotionally because of like this whole situation? And then I think I even heard that like Stefan was trying to do something, and like that's how he like, it's just a little bit like messy, but it's like, it's like a small situation of like this season that I kind of don't really care about. But I'm just like, listening to the backstory of this, I'm just like, wow. And like, for Monica to even like not even accept the fact that like Stefan wrote a letter to like her father to like apologize of like what happened, it's just like, okay, it's kind of just like, maybe Monica's a little bit dismissive as well. But with Stefan, I'm kind of just like, nah, man, like, you wasted her time, like, like, that was big. And I'm like, did you really come on this show for love? I feel like that Stefan never really had the right intentions to find love, and he wanted to quit his job for the show. And I think he's a liar, because he was making it seem like that, like, he got laid off. He was making it seem like that he got laid off, and so he was trying to find another job every single day. And then afterwards, I'm just like, and I'm like, what, like, Steven, like, do you not know that, like, Steven's kind of just like Hannah. Like, Steven, do you not know that, like after the show films, like, you have to go back to work for a year at least before you get famous, because literally, like, you get paid $8,000. I mean, $8,000 to me is pretty a lot as a college student, but I'm just like, okay, you get paid $8,000. But it's just like, at the end of the day, like, that $8,000 don't really last unless you like invest it or like put it to properties. So it's just like, but then I also like, I don't know if Stefan is back on his job. Like, I just do not know what's going on. But I'm just like, for you to quit your job for this show, then like, you're gonna get famous, and then for you to come back and then like just like not even go, like, this season did not even go viral at all. So it's like, I don't know, Steven and Monica's situation was just very, very, very disturbing for me to watch. Like, super, super disturbing for me to watch. Like, I was like, what is going on? And then Monica even forgave Steven. I'm just like, you really forgave that man? It just says like, you really are a ride or die. Like, and I just hope that like Monica's relationship goes well. Like, Monica's next relationship just goes well. Cause I'm just like, and then for Monica to be like, oh, just don't do bad things on reality television. I was like, you clocked his tea now. Because I'm just like, you're on national television. Rather, besides like saying bad things, whatever like that, like, when you make bad actions on national television, like, you're gonna be aired out for the whole world to see your dirty laundry, to see like the messy person you are. If you just act clean on television, I think everything will go right. Like, everything will be fine. Like, if you just play it ear by ear on television, everything is gonna go fine for a reason. Like, things are going to be fine for a legitimate reason at the end of the day, I feel like. So it's just like, just don't, like, I mean, I know it's hard not to like do bad things, but it's like, I mean, I think at the end of the day, Stefan got caught. Stefan and Monica, they're on different terms, respectfully. Like, I'm kind of happy for them. Like, I feel that like they're in a better place, and like they're gonna conquer like better things in life. And I'm just like, I mean, we'll just see like what's next. I don't know. But with Steven, I'm like, there is no way, my guy. Like, there is no way. There is no way. There is there's really no way. Like, I don't know. I didn't really care too much about Steph and Monica's storyline because it was kind of like a little bit like, I kind of forgot about it. Like, I was just like, that's not big. Like, we got bigger fish to feed right now when it comes to this drama. Anyways, with Leo and Brittany, back to what I was saying was like with Leo and Brittany. With Leo and Brittany, I don't know. Like, Leo and Brittany, I'm like, okay, good for them. I mean, Leo and Brittany, like, I love Brittany. Like, she's so pretty. She's so stunning. But I didn't really care about them at the reunion. And then Garrett and Taylor, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them as a married couple. I'm really, really happy for them. I'm excited to see, like, what they really do next. And I mean, with, like, I don't really have a lot to say about anybody else. Like, that was kind of just, like, my take on the reunion. The reunion was a little bit, like, boring for me to kind of watch. I was just, like, I wasn't really, like, getting, like, actual tea. But who knows, because my mind may change like a few months later, because like the way how I could really comment on like how I like this season is when I see like the next season of Love is Blind. Like, if once I finish watching season 8 of Love is Blind, I could be able to tell like, okay, if I really like season 7 of Love is Blind. So just like, who knows? But because with like season 5 of Love is Blind, I wasn't really feeling season 5 of Love is Blind, and then like I just happened to just like really like that season. Like, it was just really my favorite season after like kind of just like being bored by that season. But then like, I don't know. So I mean, who knows? Like, who really knows? But like, this season of Love is Blind, I don't know what to say on it right now, but it was a pretty dramatic season, I'd say. Like, a pretty dramatic season, I would have to say. So I mean, that is really it for my video. It was a cool little season. I should do a ranking of like seasons. I don't know of like what I liked, but on to the next season, Love is Blind. I think the reunion also kind of welcome the new castmates, which is like who are going to be like casting and like filming in like Detroit. I think not filming, but like I think their season is based in like Minneapolis or like I forget where, but I'm looking forward to later to next season of Love is Blind. Season 7 is done in the books, and I will be back for all my Love is Blind fans. I will be back to review Love is Blind season 8. I think next I will be reviewing Married at First Sight. I heard like there's drama. I heard that the drama is starting to pick up for like Married at First Sight. Like, there's gonna be drama picking up for like Married at First Sight, and like just the episodes on that. No, so on that note, I am done. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you on my next video.